David Koechner is here in our El Segundo studios. He will soon be in Western New York as part of the Together Again comedy tour at the Helium Comedy Club in Buffalo, New York, October 9th through the 11th. Webster, New York, you're going back in November, 13th to the 15th. We're trying to see if the Chiefs are going to be there when you're there. I don't think they play the Bills this year.
I don't. Yeah, they played us last year.
Oh.
But the Bills had a great weekend.
They did.
Right?
Yeah, they did.
Orton rises again.
It's the mustache. Fear the stash, man.
It's a weak stash. It's one of the weakest beards.
He normally had the neck beard,
I know,
or the neared, as it could be called.
We break down everything. It's not his strongest asset.
Yeah, we do. So Orton took care of business, and they're all very happy there in Western New York.
Yeah.
For complete tour dates and times at davidkoechner.com. And they play the Bills November 9th. You may have to
Stay there?
You may have to redo your schedule.
I'll talk to my wife. I mean, I make all the decisions in my home.
Yes.
But I'll check with my wife.
By the way, that would have been the same reaction I had.
Yeah.
How did you propose to your wife?
How did I propose to my wife?
How did this go down?
All right, I'll tell you real quickly.
Sure.
My wife and I had been dating for a while, and she told me about a dream she had, that I'd proposed to her at her old high school summer camp. And she said she was running around the corner, and then I came around dressed in a clown outfit. That's what she told me this dream was. And then she felt terrible that she said she had this dream, because we weren't engaged yet.
Yes.
And so I asked her a few questions about it, and she's like, "That's weird you're asking me questions." So I was in Kansas City with her for a wedding of her, one of her friends' weddings. The next day, I knew I was going to propose to her. So my brother had done some clowning.
So you got the clown outfit.
I got my brother's clown outfit, and so I proposed. Woke up that morning. Her dad was in on it. He goes to her room. Her dad's a doctor. Goes to her room, wakes her up. He didn't have an excuse. He goes, "Hey, David needs you. He's sick." And she's thinking, "What? You're a doctor. Why don't you take care of him?" So I walk around the corner in a clown outfit.
And we have that photograph.
We do have that photo.
Let me see that picture again. We were putting it up in the middle of your story. See, that's you. And then that's your lovely intended receiving.
Yes, my wife.
The ring.
Just waking up there. So I had 3 balloons, and one of the balloons was Hershey Kisses, another balloon roses, and the final balloon was an small airplane with the ring on it, because we'd met at an airport. And so I got down on bended knee and asked her to marry me.
And this was you out of the clown outfit.
Out of the clown outfit, later having champagne in the morning.
Why
with
not?
her younger sister Molly there, who was there that day. Then later that day,
Yes.
we went to a Chiefs game.
You did?
Her father had season tickets. Chiefs played the Bills.
Yes.
A lot of Bills going on
This
today. Chiefs
is
played the Bills,
kismet.
and we won.
And I think we've got Chris Law looked it up. I think we have
You got a great team here.
Yeah, we looked it up and took a look at what happened that day. And this was the final score when Elvis Gerbach took care of business. Andre Rison was the leading receiver.
Yep.
And Pete Stoyanovich accounted for most of the points.
The first half
early
was,
on.
First half was kicker's duel. And then someone ran one back for 94 yards.
Todd Collins found one to who?
Was it Tamarick?
Law, can you look this up? Brockman, somebody want to get on
Is it
this?
Vandover? Ran one back for 94 yards.
Vandover. That does sound familiar. That does sound familiar.
Tamarick
Yes.
Vanover.
I like to say Tamarick because I like to mispronounce things. Anyway, good.
Right.
Elvis Gerbach, always fun to say.
Yeah, it always. Well, hey, listen, he was a
Vanover.
Michigan quarterback first. I had the Elvis sensation before anybody in the National Football
Before they
League.
knew.
Yeah.
We did well. We had, it's always good.
So then you took her to a Chiefs game.
Chiefs
and
game.
you won.
And they won. I don't think she saw any of the game because she just stared there all day long, just staring at her hand. It was so sweet, so lovely.
Fantastic.
And now I think she probably regrets that decision every day since then. Like,
How many
what?
kids do you have now?
5.
Dude.
5 kids. I know.
5.
It's a lot.
I've just had my 3rd a year ago.
Congratulations. Well, I knew that, I guess.
And wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're as lucky as I am because I've met your wife. We're both outclassed.
Yes.
We both leveled up so hard.
Well, as they say in the football business, outkicked the coverage.
Yes, nice, completely.
We outkicked the coverage,
Yeah.
both of us, for sure. Anchorman 3, is this going to happen?
I don't think so.
Why not? It's just done. It's done.
Well, Adam McKay said no. He was tired of getting the question because when we were doing press for the second one, that's the only question. That's the first question they'd ask. So how about a third one? What do you? It's like asking a woman who's 5 months pregnant, "Are you going to have more kids?" Like,
you can't ask that.
We can't.
I know.
So I would see if there's a hot demand for it again, like they just kept building on that last one, where you could really tell there was such a fever for it. But I don't know if that might happen again.
Mm-hmm.
I would do it every year. I love doing those movies. It's obviously an amazing crew of people to work with.
Rudd is I mean,
extraordinary.
Steve Carell.
Yep. Top flight.
Very much so.
How I got on that flight, I don't know.
The Afternoon Delight scene is still one of the all-time.
It was fun. And do you know that? We just threw that in the movie. It wasn't in the script.
It wasn't.
McKay was saying, hey, do you have some suggestions for songs of that era? And someone had thrown out Afternoon Delight, and Rudd said, why don't we put it in the movie? And so we started rehearsing. We rehearsed it a couple times in Rudd's trailer, and then we shot it like just 3 times.
Yeah.
Boom. Magic.
He's one of the best karaoke singers I've ever seen, by the way.
He's got a good voice.
Spectacular.
Yeah. And Carell's got a great voice, too.
That one I did not know.
He does that comedy high-pitched thing in that one, but he really has a very powerful voice.
Now, you guys do so much on those movies that you make an entirely different movie and put it out on DVD. For the first one,
yes,
there was a scene in the car where you are telling Ron Burgundy how much you love him.
Profess my love.
In many
hard.
different ways that are, many of them, not safe for work.
Did you say not safe for work?
Not safe for work.
Oh, that's awesome.
And I don't recall laughing as hard as I did, crying, laughing.
That's sweet.
Because you just went one after another, and those guys attempted to keep a straight face the entire time.
And they did well. You could see them cracking a little bit.
A couple of times, but you never cracked.
Well, they didn't say cut, so I'm like, this is my chance. And it's too bad the plot of the movie changed, so that particular scene made no sense for the movie. And it's one of those scenes you're like, oh.
How does it not get, that's what I thought when I saw it. I was like, how is this scene not in the regular movie?
It would just be like indulgent. It'd be like, well, we could have used it on our way to get Christina out of the bear pit. But originally it was getting Christina out of, she was captured, she was kidnapped in an observatory.
That's what I was saying, is that how can this, in a film where there's so much lack of sort of linear thinking, do we start parsing it out to the point where this can't get in?
Well, you test things, and like, you've got to make choices. You've got to make your choices, and that's the way it goes. I think you can still see that online, but it is a great scene. And it did go on forever. I'll tell you a little trivia about that scene if we have time.
Sure.
We were all not wearing pants. Swear to God.
Because it was hot, right?
It's 100 and something degrees in Glendale. We're being pulled behind a trailer.
Gotta see this.
And if you're shooting a scene in a car, you can't have the air conditioner on.
Right.
For sound.
So you're pantsless.
Weird, all pantsless. Judd Apatow has a great photo of all of us walking down the street after being out of that car, all of us holding our pants.
I've got to get that photo and put it on this wall.
Oh, that would be
Vince
awesome. Gilligan
gave us something from Breaking Bad yesterday. I'll show it to you in a break.
Oh, that's
so
awesome.
I want to get that.
I will talk to, now he'll give it to you. I don't know if he'll give it to me. He'll give it to us. Maybe I'll get one too.
I would love to do that.
I would love that.
And to bring this full circle,
yes,
you're doing something for audience called...
Full Circle, yes. Well done,
Come on, man. See, that's why...
There's a reason this guy's on 10 programs. Full Circle is an amazing piece of theater, I'm going to call it.
Yes.
It's kind of like if anyone remembers the old Playhouse 90 Days.
Of course.
Where you would do a play, basically. So there are 10 episodes and multiple characters, and some of them intertwine, but 2 characters will primarily hold the weight for each episode.
Yes.
So we're going to rehearse a lot and then shoot 22 pages in one day, where you normally shoot 4 or 5. So we're going to shoot 22, so it's like you're doing a play.
Wow, that's great.
And it is fantastic. It's an exercise you rarely get to do anymore as an actor. You actually get to rehearse, which most days you just show up and start shooting. Right. So we get to rehearse, and we get to do this play, basically, and they're filming it. It's a really, really cool project.
Fantastic.
So I get to do one with Patrick Fugit, and then the other one with Callista Flockhart.
Right here on the Audience Channel.
Right here on the Audience Channel. Right here at DirecTV. They produce original stuff, folks.
They do.
I have to ask you a question.
Yes.
What's the purpose of Eisen running there?
That's my 40-yard dash in the suit every year.
Right.
Yeah.
But it also is symbolic for you're always on the run because you're doing so many things.
It's multi-layered.
Yeah.
It's multi-layered.
It's thematic.
Yeah, it's multi-layered, and plus it looked like, it's sort of like a Mad Men look. You know,
yes, it is. What's your theme music for the show? Is it Fox on the Run by Sweet?
Oh, Del Tufo.
Do you have that, Mike? Can you get that on demand?
And Fox.
See, that's what happens. DirecTV language. Thanks for coming on. Together Again Comedy Tour in Buffalo, New York, October 9th and 11th at the Helium Comedy Club, and then back in Webster, New York, November 13th through the 15th at the Comedy Club. Go to davidkoechner.com. You're a prince, sir.
You are.
I can't wait to have you back on. Thanks. Same to you. Same to you. And you're going to do it first here as you're going to meet with the media right afterwards.
Oh, fantastic.
You're going to meet with the media.
Oh, that's right.
Be careful.
We've got to break. Okay.
Be careful. It's a snake pit out there.
Fair warning. Thank you, sir.
You bet.
Buyer beware.
Absolutely.